everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is a quickie today. I am coming in to share with you how I do a rolled hem on my Brother 1034d. I just wanted to share with you, I talked about this, I was supposed to show you this I think a few months ago, and I did talk about it 4 years ago, but I didn't have a separate video on it. And so since I said I would do it again, I went ahead and did it today. But this is, let me just hold this up for you. As you can tell, this beautiful rolled hem finish on the end of my scarf, and I like doing these for head scarves that I create for myself that's made out of this here is a crepe de chine, is it? I believe this came from Destashify. I will have to go back and look. But drapier fabrics like this, I like to do the rolled hem on the serger, and it's so super easy to do. And so a few different reasons why you might want to do this is, say you want to do something like this on your, to create a scarf or a head wrap or something like that, just on the raw edges. When I initially received this, you all know, and I left this tail on here so I can show you as well, but there was the ends were serged, so I didn't like that finish. I like the rolled hem finish. And so what I did was I went ahead and you'll see it in the tutorial here, I cut off that raw edge just to give it a nice clean straight cut, and then I did the rolled hem on it. And so, because I know someone will probably ask, usually for serging, some do, some don't, would bury their threads. For me, the thread that you see here that's hanging, and I'm going to hold this up closer because this is also another dual purpose for this thread that I'll share with you, that I've shared before. I just cut this off and then use freight check to stop the so this is what I use. This is freight check, and just to stop it from doing anything. But do not throw these away. Do not throw these away. I've done this before on multiple occasions, and the last time I shared this with you, it was for this particular dress. I'll pop up a picture. It called for belt loops, thread belt loops, and so yeah, I just ran a couple of these and used that for my thread loops, and I just hand tacked them in, and so that works beautifully. So don't throw away those those ends. Maybe just put them in something that you think you might use in the future or something like that, and just save it for maybe a project in the future. And so a few reasons that I would use this for, say for delicate fabrics such as this, maybe on knit, and you want a different type of finish on the hem of the dress or the sleeves, you can use this technique. Now again, you can play with, depending on your fabric, because you'll see in the demo I used both a cotton weight fabric as well as this fabric, and so you can play with your settings. As I said, for mine, this was settings I used 4 or 5 years ago, and so I just use those same settings to show you. Now remember, play with the settings. If you don't have the 1034d, which is what I have, I'm sure the settings are pretty similar, maybe in your book, your manual book, or do a YouTube search. Do a YouTube search on your particular machine if what I show you don't necessarily work for the type of serger that you do have. And so yeah, you don't have to do anything. You use your normal serger foot, all 4 cones. I leave all 4 of my cones filled with the thread. As I say in here, you take out your left needle. Don't forget to screw the other needle back. I think I paused in the video because I was about to sew and noticed that I didn't screw my needle back in. So use a matching color or contrasting color. So let me go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is, as you can tell, mine is pretty old. I can't even remove these stickers anymore, but because this has been stuck on the side here for years. But like I say, take a picture of what your settings is currently, what you use it at on a normal basis for serging, you know, your garments and whatnot. So that's just my personal preference. I am a visual learner, so make sure you take a picture and then also write it down. So I've done both, and that's just how I learn. But the first thing you want to do is, after you've, taken your picture, your setting, you want to make sure that you remove the stitch finger for your serger. So let me turn this around so you can see that. So this piece right here is your stitch finger, and let me just turn this, you see this here, that is your stitch finger. And forgive my dustiness, this is real life here, but we are going to remove this piece right here. Okay, I had to get a better angle so you can see. You see this little lever right here? That is what you are pushing, and you see the little stitch finger popped out, and you just take that out. Then the next thing that you want to do, and I would just say turn this off. I only turned that on just so you can see. And yes, it's dusty, but you do want to use your tool to remove the left needle here. And I just clip that just so that doesn't get in the way, that thread. So put your left needle safely to the side. Okay, and then now you want to, and you can do this in whatever order you want. I've done this many times over the years, so I kind of do it in whatever order I'm thinking about it. But the first thing after you've done that, you remove the stitch finger, taking out the needle. You want to go ahead and change your settings now. So typically, like I say, mine is normally here at this 1.0, and so you want to bring it down to, for me, it was always good between like right above that mark and 0.7. So about, you can play with it. Actually, I think, let me look at my notes. I think normally it's a little above that. So I'm just gonna, you play with it, see what you like, how it looks. And so I'm just gonna put it on 0.7. Let's go with the 0.7. And then the stitch length, we can leave it and turn it to R. So turn it all the way to R, so you can't turn it any further. And as you can tell, the little picture there. So set that over to R, and that's your stitch length. That's why I keep these little stickers on here. But then also for your stitch width, this here can stay the same. The stitch width, I don't have in my notes that this here needed to change at all. But yeah, and then your looper settings is about, let's see here, let me turn this back around. So as you can tell, I have stickers all over the place. So your upper looper, I would say between 4 and 5. So I'm gonna leave mine where it is right now. And again, once you practice, you'll see if you like how it turns out, and then you can play with the lengths. The lower looper, I would say 6 or 7. I'm gonna put this at about a 6, because I think for my notes, for me, how I like it to look, that's what I set mine at. Again, you can play with your settings. And then your so that's your upper looper, your lower looper, and then your needle tension about 4 for the right needle, because obviously you took out the left needle. So the right needle, will put that at about 4. I think it was 4.5, what I liked. So now we can go ahead and test it on some fabric. Okay, so and if I didn't mention, what I caught before I started sewing is I forgot to screw back in my my needle, the needle that's left in here. So I did that real quick. But go ahead and lift up your presser foot. Make sure you do that, and then you can go ahead and see how you like the setting as it goes through. So for me, I personally like this setting. Again, this is in a cotton weight. You can, like I say, you can play around with the settings, but it gives it a very nice, pretty finish. And let me turn it on the other side. Okay, so you can see the other side as well. So I like this personally for me, so that is what I am going to use for my scarf. Okay, so as you can tell, very easy, super duper easy. Again, play with the settings for your machine. Also play with it. If you want to play with it on a hem, a sleeve hem, a skirt hem, or something like that. Maybe if you make DIY things such as maybe say table napkins, or maybe handkerchiefs. I've seen videos on before, different things like that. Yeah, just the possibilities are endless, and it's another use for your serger machine, except for just serging. All right, I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be coming in on Sunday with a new video, exciting video, so make sure you stay tuned, and don't forget to thumbs up this video if it helped you, and leave a comment below if you have any questions. All right, bye.